Well, welcome back in. You may know him as a comedian and entertainer, but B Daht is also using his platform to educate and uplift. We're so glad you're here today. He's the host, if you don't know, of the podcast I Didn't Know, Maybe You Didn't Either on the Black Effect Podcast Network. And he's kicking off season 5 by sharing lesser-known Black history facts every day in February. B Daht joins us now to talk about why these stories matter. Okay, you launched this 5 years ago.
Yes.
That is great. And this has become a global phenomenon, you were telling me. What inspired you to do this?
Honestly, it was a book I read, The History of George Floyd. The history of the United States. And it was right after George Floyd had been killed. And in this book, The History of the United States, I found out some things about people that I had learned about, but in a lens that I wasn't familiar with. I wasn't familiar with how heinous of an individual Christopher Columbus was. Like when I was in school, they taught us a nice little song in 1492, he sailed the ocean blue. But Christopher Columbus was horrible. Like he was raping people and killing people, and I just didn't know. So I would be very transparent on my social media, like, I didn't know, maybe you didn't either. Did you know that George Washington used to take the teeth from his enslaved people's mouth and put them in his mouth because he had halitosis and to make his dentures? Because I didn't know that. I didn't know that a black woman, Gladys Mae West, invented GPS. I didn't know that. Maybe you didn't either. And I just shared it very transparently on my social media. And the folks at the Black Effect Podcast Network on iHeart, they got wind of it and added it to their catalog of great podcasts. And here we are 5 years in.
All right. And so each year you focus on something specific. I know last year was medical inequities. This year we are celebrating 100 years of Black History Month. Talk about how that's kind of transformed your focus.
Well, Carter G. Woodson started Negro History Week in 1926, 100 years ago this February. And it was started because of the erasure of Black history in textbooks and the stories of ours that were being taught. So here we are 100 years later, and you see situations in Philadelphia where they're trying to erase Black history. Here in North Carolina, they're trying to remove certain things from the textbooks or the classrooms. So it's very important that we continue to share our stories so that they aren't lost in translation, so they aren't lost over the years. And that's what the podcast does. It just, a lot of stories that, again, that I didn't know. Maybe you didn't either, and I just shared them in a very digestible tone, maybe 3 to 5 minute episodes. It's a fact filled with enough information for you to learn something, but also for you to go do your own deep dive as well.
And your impact continues to grow. I know you were telling me just last week you were speaking with some students. Talk about that.
Yeah, man, I was at Charlotte the Charlotte East Language Academy, and it was like 60 sixth graders there. Big shout to my homie Miss Johnson over there. Cynthia Johnson had me come through. But it was a great time because you're trying to keep their minds engaged for an hour about Black history, and they're a mainly Spanish-speaking school. So going over there and letting them know that the Hispanic community and the Black community, we've been gang. Like, we've been homies. Like, there was a president, Vicente Guerrero, in Mexico that ended slavery in Mexico 33 years before Abraham Lincoln did it here with the Emancipation Proclamation. I didn't know. Maybe you didn't either. But just to that point, there were so many people leaving the United States going down to Mexico because they were free there. So being able to talk to those Hispanic students and Black students and just letting them know that we're all family together, that was powerful.
All right. Before we let you go, how can people check this out?
Simple, man, please. IDKMYDE. The first letters of every word. Search that wherever you get your podcast. IDKMYDE. Please download the podcast, share the content. Hit me up, B.TV on social media. I would love to come out and talk to your companies or to your kids. However we can get it done, man. I just want to help spread this information.